This year, I took a trip with my two brothers and my dad out to Sturgis, and it was a great experience. But one thing I will never forget was the moment I turned and I saw a guy walking down the road with a massive gun slung over his shoulder. See, that was something that really kind of frightened me because I felt like what made him allowed to carry that gun and all that kind of stuff, which really just sprouted my interest in gun laws and everything like that. And when digging, I found a very big issue that I thought needs to be fixed in South Dakota. And so that's why I talked about why South Dakota should have a concealed carry law. And when researching this topic, I was really excited just because it's something that I was really interested in. And so having that kind of reassurance, I wasn't even nervous before our speech. And during our speech, I also was very, very confident because I felt like I was really well researched in the topic and I knew exactly what I was talking about and I felt strongly about it. And even when I finished presenting, I felt that I nailed my speech and said what I needed to say, and I felt really, really good about it. And so that kind of is why I think that my biggest strength during my thing was how knowledgeable I was of the topic, because I felt like even if I got off topic, I was able to keep talking exactly about what I needed to say because of how much I knew. I thought that really helped me get through my speech at a time where I blanked and couldn't figure out what I was supposed to say off my note card, like my key note cards, because I couldn't remember what that word meant. I just went with it and I felt very confident on what I was saying. So that was probably the biggest strength that I had. But one thing I need to work on still is I have a tendency when it's supposed to be a formal speech to somebody else, I tend to sway a lot. Now this time it was a lot better, but it still needs to be something that I work on just because it makes me look nervous. And when I look nervous, people tend to think that I don't know exactly what I'm talking about, which is a fear of mine because I don't want people to think that I'm just talking and making things up. I want people to think that what I'm saying is important and know that what I'm saying is the true statement and how it should be said. And I just don't want it to come off that I don't know what I'm talking about, So I think that I achieved my goals for this course mostly. My goal was to stay on top of my grades, and I had one time slip, and that really, really was an eye-opener for me on how different college is from high school. And so I think for the most part, I had my good goals because I felt like I was able to really understand the ideas and put my full effort into everything I was doing. And I think that this speech really helped me achieve my goals because I felt the most confident and the best about this one. And this speech really helped me learn about how important speaking is, because in order to say what you need to say, you have to be able to understand exactly what you're going to say. But even if you know all the information, if you can't publicly talk to somebody, you're never going to be able to get your information across. So this speech really helped teach me how to talk to an audience with information that I knew, but still presenting it in a way that made sense to everybody. So overall, this speech was one that I felt most passionate about because of growing up around guns, and especially that trip I took to Sturgis.